So the 2026 USL Championship season is finally here, and it did not disappoint. I'm so excited to be back. I'm so excited to break this down, to break the opening weekend, because there's a couple games where I thought it was going to go the opposite way, and that's what it's all about. That's what soccer is all about. But before I do, I obviously have to settle the elephant in the room. It's been a while that I haven't posted videos, and I kind of want to explain what happened. There's actually a couple of reasons why. So if you're new to this channel, you can honestly skip this part, but to the fans, to the people who have helped grow this channel, I feel like I owe an explanation. And so the main reason why I had to take a break was because I got caught up in the YouTube success, wanting to be successful, and it was really taking a toll, guys, because I was always checking the algorithm. I was always checking, the stats. I was checking how many views this video got, how many views, like every hour. It felt like I was always looking to see. And so I would have a lot of expectations. I would tell myself, okay, this video did really good, so the next one has to be better. And when it didn't, it would bring you down. Like, because I got caught up in it. Honestly, I got caught up in, the view count, the subscriber count. I wanted to be like one of those top YouTuber guys. And so it was the emotion of always wanting to be up and then getting down, up and down, up and down. Like, it just wasn't good. I was always on my phone, like looking. And so I said, you know what? I have to stop because this is too much. And that is a sad reality about social media, right? A lot of times, like on Instagram, for example, people are like looking at the likes and how many likes they got, and people would take down posts because they weren't getting enough likes. So that's almost like how I got into it as well. I was always checking the views, the view count. I was always checking the subscriber count. And so if I didn't reach a goal that I would set for myself, I felt like I was failing. So the break was honestly good. It was much needed. I feel great now. And I also had to think to myself, okay, when I started this channel, it was because I like soccer. Like soccer, watching soccer with friends or family, it honestly de-stresses me. Like, it is so soothing to watch because, and this is going to sound maybe like a contradiction, but I love the emotion of the game. Like, I love feeling like the oohs and the ahs and being with the right people. Like, for example, the USA versus Mexico games, those games are so intense. The rivalry is so big. And so when you have people that are cheering for your team and you score, it's the greatest thing ever. And then especially when you have it going back and forth, just the emotion, the camaraderie of everybody, it's the greatest thing in the world. So I love this sport so much. So that is why I started this channel, because I believe in the USL also. It is a growing league, and I know it has its problems right now, and we could talk about that in a later video. But overall, I believe in soccer. I love lower league soccer. I feel like it should have more people joining it, more people watching it, because it is just as exciting as the top league. And so, yeah, all that was happening, and I got together with a friend who really encouraged me and motivated me to make videos again. So I had to hop on. So reflecting on everything, I said, I want to come back. I didn't want to stop permanently. And so now we're here. The season has started. And like I said, it hasn't disappointed. So like I said, there's other reasons too, but that was the main one that I wanted to talk about and just explain. And being on YouTube, you do get sucked into that, always checking. And it's not good. So I had to take a break. I'm glad I did. And so I can't wait to break down this season with all of you, the news that's happening around the league. And so with that, why don't we get into it? But before we do, if you're a fan of the USL, please give this video a like, because it really helps with the algorithm so that we could get more USL exposure out there. And with that, why don't we get into it? So the opening game that we had for this season was a game that didn't disappoint because it was a derby. It was Lexington SC versus Louisville. And so the buildup to this game was incredible because what Lexington has done this year, I mean, guys, they went out and they invested heavily on players, top-notch players. I mean, the fact that they got Aaron Malloy, who, by the way, scored a goal in this game, the opening goal of the season, the fact that they went out and got him and other players that were competing in the MLS, I mean, that just shows that Lexington is trying to do something incredible. They kind of put a lot of pressure on themselves as well, because if you invest heavily on these players and you don't succeed, you don't at least make it to the playoffs, I mean, that's going to be shocking because you have to make your money, right? And so you're spending for top guys. You want to at least make it to the playoffs. That's bare minimum. And Louisville City, being Louisville, a top club, a top team in the USL. I mean, these guys always do things correct. They are a high standard in this league. And so you know that this game is going to be a good game. And like I said, it didn't disappoint. And unfortunately, I say unfortunately because Lexington was at home. They end up losing this game 2-1. And on Twitter, you know, there was a lot of trolling going around how, you know, Lexington spent all this money and it just didn't pan out. And Louisville still ended up getting the win. But like I said earlier, that's what this game is all about. The rivalry, I mean, they're both in Kentucky. It was a good game from start to finish. And so that is what soccer is all about. Another game was just as important was the reigning champs, Pittsburgh versus Charleston Battery. And so as a reigning champ, I wonder if you do have a lot of pressure to win. Like you have to win the first game because you are the champion. And the only reason why I say it's kind of different is because a lot of those players, they end up leaving, right? Usually when the championship team wins, not everyone stays together. So things do change. Not always, but you know what I mean. And so the Pittsburgh Riverhounds end up losing this game to Charleston. And this game was played in Charleston. And so one of the goals scored was by Sean Suber, who was a Riverhound last year, who was on the championship team last year. So, I mean, that has to be a mix of emotions. And to score on the reigning champs when you are a reigning champ, he actually talked about it. So, getting his first goal for the Charleston Battery, and this is what he had to say.
Talk me through that goal. Kind of what did you see when you were going up in the air?
Yeah, so we were talking about it all week to just do 2 jobs in the box. I'm supposed to block my man and then be aware for the header. And what a ball by Jeremy. I saw it coming my way, just jumped up, flicked it on, didn't even see it go in the back of the net. Really, I just heard the crowd erupt. So it's a huge moment. Went over to Germany to celebrate, point to the family, thank God. What a moment.
Just tell me what it felt like to get that goal right there. I mean, first one in front of his home crowd.
Yeah, it was a little bittersweet, obviously scoring against my old club. Got a lot of love for them with the past 2 years, but it was an amazing feeling. Crowd erupted. Like I said, family and friends in the crowd, and it was just good to get the 3 points here at home. And it's amazing to get the first goal here in the new season, and I'm just very blessed, very blessed.
You also had expansion teams come out and have their first games ever. So Brooklyn FC and Sporting Club Jacksonville. Sporting Club Jacksonville, I mean, ouch, they end up losing 3-0 against Hartford Athletic. And that just shows you guys when you come brand new into a league, a brand new team coming, trying to adjust, it's not that easy, right? There's a lot of things that come into it that you have to consider, right? These are teams that have been established for a very long time. So I wonder if people actually think that they could just come in and it's just going to be like nothing. So they end up losing 0-3, but we'll see. It's early in the season. It's the first game. Now they got their first professional game in this league. And so we'll see. Hopefully they can build up. We still have a long way to go for the season. And Brooklyn FC ended up playing Indy 11, and they win 1-0. They score a penalty. They get the win, and a win is a win. And what a lot of people are actually talking about was the background of where they were playing. And I have to say, as someone who loves lower league soccer, this is what you're going to get, right? These are the types of backgrounds that you're going to get. It's not always, you know, a beautiful stadium with great fans and, you know, you're going to knock things out. You have to start from the bottom. And this is, you know, how it is sometimes. Do I personally like exactly where they were playing? I'm not the biggest fan. It looks a little bit weird in my opinion. It looks like they're part of the carnival but it is part of it. You have to build up. So you can't really knock them too much. And Brooklyn FC has had some big names come into the ownership group, so I have a feeling that this is definitely going to be one of those temporary places. I mean, their GM is Brian McBride, a U.S. men's national team legend. So the Brooklyn FC project is an exciting project to see how this club is going to do in the future. And at the end of the day, you want 3 points. The win is a win, and that is what they got. They got the job done. So you had the 2 expansion teams play, 1 won, 1 lost, but there's a long way to go. The season has just started, and this is going to be a fun season. There's a lot of rumors that there might be a strike, and I hope that doesn't happen because, I mean, like I said, the opening weekend was a great opening weekend. It's great to be back, just for me to be on here doing videos again, hopefully interacting with everyone. The season, soccer, like I said, it is a beautiful game. This is a World Cup year. It's a year where a lot of people are going to tune in, and hopefully we could get those fans to watch USL soccer as well. So how do you feel that the season is back? Are you excited? Did your team do good? Did they lose? I would love to know what you guys think. What game were you watching? Thank you so much for tuning in. Drop a comment down below. Like I said, I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to make these videos. And with that, I will see you all on the next one.